Welcome back to OpalRoseOracle and another story time where we continue changing woman and her sisters with the story of Mawu, the creator, the supreme being to the Fon people. Give you a good look. And we'll begin. Mawu, the creator, supreme being to the Fon people. Among the Fon people of Dahomey, West Africa, the supreme being is called Mawu Lisa, or sometimes simply Mawu, the creator of all. Mawu Lisa is neither male nor female. When the Dahomeans speak of Mawu Lisa, they say that Mawu is the female side of God and Lisa is the male side of God. This myth of Mawu explains how death and magic came into the world. I'll give you another good look. And we'll continue our story. In the beginning of everything, there was Mawu Lisa, who had two faces. The first face is that of a woman, whose name is Mawu, and her eyes are the moon. The second face is that of a man, whose name is Lisa, and his eyes are the sun. Let's take a look. So there's Lisa, the male side, the male face. And there's Mawu with the moon eyes, the female side. Mawu gave birth to all of the gods. Her youngest child is Legba. Because he is the youngest, Legba is spoiled. He has no home of his own and lives with his mother. He is the only one of Mawu's children who knows all her different languages. Mawu taught each of the gods a different language so that none of them could understand everything that happens and become too powerful. If one god wishes to speak to another, he must send his message through Legba. And because Legba is Mawu's favorite, she made him more powerful than all the rest of the gods. She gave him magic. And since Legba loved to play tricks, he decided to use his magic to have some fun. One day he came down to the world and using magic turned a vine into a poisonous snake. Then he put the snake on the road. Soon a woman walked by on her way to the market, and Legba commanded the snake to bite her. After the snake bit the woman, Legba said, "If you give me 2 chickens and a calabash of palm wine, I'll give you a magic charm to make you well." The woman got sick from the snake bite. She feared she might die. She gave Legba the 2 chickens and the calabash of wine, and he gave her a magic charm to make her well. After that, he told the snake to bite another person, and made that person pay for a charm to get well. He played this trick again and again, and in this way, he soon became rich. One day, a clever and curious man named Awe came by and watched what Legba was doing. "What is this thing that bites people?" he asked, pointing to the snake. "That's magic," Legba told him. "If you bring me a goat and 8 cowries and some straw, I'll make one for you too. Awe brought Legba what he asked for, and Legba taught Awe how to make a snake from a vine, the kind that bites people and makes them sick. Then Legba gave him a charm to cure the sickness. Soon the charm spread everywhere. If someone had a problem, he would go to Awe and pay him for a charm to cure it. Awe would give some of the money to Legba, and Legba would teach him how to make a charm to cure that person's problem. Up in the sky world, Mawu soon heard what Legba and Awe were doing down on earth, and she became angry. She knew it was a bad idea to have magic in the world. As punishment, she made Legba into an invisible spirit so that he could no longer live amongst people. But Awe was a man, and Awe continued to make magic. He became the greatest magician in the world. He gave charms to anyone who could pay him for them. Some of the charms helped people, but he also gave charms to those who wished to do evil. The kings of many lands came to Awe and asked for his charms. In this way, Awe became more powerful than anyone on earth. He was even more powerful than the kings, for he could always use his magic to take away the king's power. Everyone was afraid of him. At last, Awe decided that he had learned everything that there was to know in the world. He was so powerful. He thought he must be more powerful than Mawu herself. And he decided to go up into the sky and test his strength against the Creator. First, he bought some cotton thread, and all night long he rolled the thread into a ball, from dusk until dawn. Then he bought some silk thread, and all day long he rolled it into a ball, from dawn until dusk. When the cotton thread and the silk thread both measured the same length, he climbed an anthill and threw his ball of thread into the sky. Mawu caught them and held on tight. Then Awe climbed the threads up to the sky. When Awe arrived before the Creator, he told her, "My knowledge is great. I wish to measure my knowledge with Mawu." And Mawu smiled at him. "Show me. I've given life to people on earth. Why don't you make a living person too?" Awe cut down a tree and began to carve a human figure. He carved it very carefully until it looked exactly like a human being. But the figure could not talk. It couldn't breathe or laugh or move. It was just a wooden statue. Awe breathed on the statue. He chanted magical spells and rubbed magic ointment on the statue. But no matter what he did, the statue was still a statue. He couldn't bring the statue to life. At last Mawu stopped him. "Foolish Awe," she said with a laugh. "Do you really think you are more powerful than Mawu, the mother of all? I alone know how to give life. No one else can ever understand this magic, and no one else will ever be as powerful as I. Then Mawu opened her hand, and in it was a grain of corn. She placed the corn in the ground and covered it with soil. Within moments, the little seed sprouted into a full-grown plant, weighed down by many, many ears of corn. Mawu harvested the corn and ground the corn into flour. With the flour, she prepared dinner for Awe. After Awe had eaten his fill, Mawu sent him back to earth. But she worried about the trouble he might cause there, and sent death to follow him. Awe saw death creeping up behind him. He used one of his magic charms to capture death and bind him fast. From her home up in the sky, Mawu saw what had happened. Awe could never know how to create life, but he had become clever enough to conquer death. Awe, listen to me, Mawu called down to the magician. If you, Awe, attack death, I will take away fire from humankind. No one will be able to cook food, and you will all go hungry. Everyone will be cold at night. There will be nothing to guard you from wild animals. Think about it, Awe. And Awe thought carefully about Mawu's words. He realized that if she took away fire, all humankind would suffer. Everyone on earth would be cold and hungry. So he gave death back to Mawu. Now, when people are hungry, they can cook food and eat. When they are cold, they can warm themselves. When wild animals threaten them, they can scare them away with fire. Mawu was satisfied. You've done well, Awe. You may keep your magic, but remember to use it for good and not for evil. If someone is ill, you must take good care of him. But if I choose, I will send death to kill him. Don't try to stop me, for that is how things must be. And that is how things are from that day to this. And that is the story of Mawu, the creator. I'll turn back so we can get another good look at them. See Legba and death, the snake that he would trick the people with so that he could sell his charms. And you see death. If you look really closely, he's holding fire. This story tells us that there's a balance. That with life, death must follow. And that is the natural cycle of things. This story also teaches us, with great power and with magic comes great responsibility, that we must do good, that we must be a part of the healing, that if someone needs help, we must go to their aid, and that we must never use power for evil, for the downfall or manipulation of other humans. I really hope you enjoyed Changing Woman and Her Sisters. It was so much fun learning about all the different goddesses from around the world. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you have any suggestions for books that you would like to hear, leave a comment down below. If you have any ideas of content that you would like to see or are interested in learning, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, thank you for stopping by. If you're a subscriber, thank you with all my heart for subscribing to my channel and supporting me in these creative endeavors. I love and appreciate all of you so very much. With that said, I hope you have a safe, healthy 2021. And thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Love, wishes, and blessings of health, safety, and joy to all of you moving forward. If there's anything that you would like to see moving forward content-wise, also leave a comment. Otherwise, if you think that others would enjoy this, share my content so that others may hear wonderful stories and dance and empower themselves and their intentions in a creative, uplifting manner. We are the change we wish to see in this world. And I believe that each and every one of you are beautiful, powerful catalysts for good. Peace, love, and blessings. Take care.